Hello and welcome to Chasing the Finish Line Thoughts segment. My name is Mike, and as you can see, I'm joined by a special guest. Now, this guest was meant to come on the podcast a couple of weeks ago, but had a few issues with his laptop, let's just say. It is my younger brother and fellow Watford fan, as you can see. I didn't know he was going to wear that, and I packed this after the race, so yeah. But yeah, I'm joined by Cam. How's things? You good?
Yeah, not too bad. Happy to be in a beer garden
Well,
in the sun.
yes, we'll talk about that because I'll be honest, I was going to do a little teaser for you, but because of where the camera's set up, you can only see the Schweppes. So if anyone from Schweppes is watching, potential
Anyone from
sponsorship.
Hamburger?
Yeah, exactly. Potential sponsorship on the cards here. But let's just say, if you are an avid football fan, because I don't think much rugby gets played at Wembley.
A little bit.
Yeah, but mainly football fans will know this pub that we're in. Let's just say if you get the west side of the stadium,
I
if you
think
get a
that's right.
certain side of the stadium, you look forward more to coming here, in my case anyway, than you do going to the football. We're at no other than the absolutely legendary Green Man. Got a Coke, got a pint as well, and we have got our medals complete, by the way, with, I don't know if the camera's going to pick this up very well, spins the middle does. Happy days. There you go. Do you know what? It genuinely is one of my favourite medals.
I like it.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
good. But obviously we're here to talk about the Wembley 10k. Considering you live here, that's the reason I signed up. I didn't just think, oh, I'll go and do a 10k in Wembley. Cam, you obviously live here, stay there after uni. Was that route sort of? I I can't imagine there were many surprises because you know the area, or did a few bits catch you off?
Well, yeah, you say that. A lot of it I'm familiar with. A lot of it is part of my normal running route. So yeah, there is that element. But there was a lot of quite unique things about this 10k. I thought. First of all, bits of it were indoors, which
Yeah.
that's not normal.
No.
Threw me off a little bit, but it added something a bit different. I think the bit around 2k in the pink car park,
Mm.
where they've got this sort of ambient sound going on. There's like spotlights and fog machines, and I think that, I mean, I during that segment I broke my PB for 1k, so it obviously did something well. But yeah, I enjoyed that part of it, but most of it was, really familiar to me already.
Yeah, it was weird. I mean, I had a look at the race event email that they send out sort of before the race, and it said that you start indoors, and I was like, what? And it's what I mean. You work at Wembley Stadium, so
Mm.
is it one of the car parks for the
Yeah,
stadium?
yeah, it's the green car park. Yeah,
Yeah. So, like, imagine a parking. I was going to say parking lot. Then that's American, isn't it? Imagine a car park for a big event place. You got the porter cabins in there for the toilets, and then next thing you know, they're calling out the waves because they had green, pink, blue, orange.
orange.
I was orange, you was blue.
Boo.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, typical. And yeah, they you sort of went off in stages. So I'll be honest. If I was, I was going to say if I was to change one thing, but then I don't know how you'd get around it. There was a lot of waiting around, especially for me in
There
the
was a
orange
lot.
wave.
Yeah,
So you wait in the car park essentially, and you sort of there's barriers, and you almost snake round to the start. So if you're in the orange wave like I was, we didn't actually get started till 25 past 9. So and the race itself started at 9, and I think I got there into the car park for probably 10 to 9. So you're waiting almost half an hour,
yeah.
and there's a lot of standing around, and my legs are getting a bit restless, and I was thinking, oh God, like please, I'm hoping this isn't a sign. But yeah, I mean, in terms of hills, I mean, we bloody walked up a massive one to
Yeah,
get
I'm
to.
glad that wasn't part of the route.
Yeah, anyone that's been to the Green Man will know about that hill that you have to walk up to get here, but it's worth it once you get here. Um, Did you find it quite hilly today, or are you not that bothered by hills? Because you've been doing a lot of running recently, so
Yeah,
your body's probably acclimatising to stuff like that.
yeah. I generally try and avoid the hills. I think we all do. So I haven't had too much, of training for sort of inclines and stuff. But um, yeah, they weren't. Some of them weren't nice. You know about the one around five, was it 5k? Just a big incline
Hmm.
up sort of towards the Torch pub.
Yeah.
Did not like that one bit, but no, I managed it fairly well. I think it helped from my point of view that I know where all the inclines are. I know what
Yes.
to expect, and I sort of pace myself for it.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I thought that with Solihull, though. To be fair, and
Yeah,
I
but
just
that's
did
a
not
big
know.
hill.
Yeah, I just did not expect that at all. But yeah, it was quite hilly. But then equally, there was some nice downhill parts,
Yeah,
and
lovely.
I think they complemented each other really well.
Mm,
And especially for myself, I thought I've recently been, sort of almost feeling the benefits of doing more running, and I do feel fitter, which is a nice thing to say and sit here and be able to say. But even when I'm needing to stop, whereas before I'm like, oh, I've got to get going again. But then I get going again, and even on a hill, I'll try and keep going, and then on a downhill, it's that classic don't waste your energy because it's so easy when you're going downhill to just absolutely razz it down. But it's all about controlling yourself so you don't use too much energy going downhill. So yeah, like I say, you have been doing a lot of running recently. You did I know we're sort of going back a bit here,
mm.
but you did the Battersea half marathon. Now, for anyone that doesn't know, that's a run through event, is it?
Run through, yeah.
And it's laps of the park. So I did Arrow Valley 10k in June, and that was, I want to say, 4 laps of the park, and the half marathon was 8 laps. How many laps of Battersea Park was it?
8.
8.
Yeah.
How on earth do you not get like my head would just be on Mars?
Well, Battersea Park was a really different experience for me because I a couple weeks before I was actually listening to the episode of Chasing the Finish where Ben talks through his ultra marathon,
Yes.
and I was on what is a longer run for me, a 12k,
Yeah.
and I sort of did that, listening to Ben, and it made me think, I can go and do a half marathon in a few weeks. I signed up for it on really short notice, and then I got quite ill. I booked a day off work to go and do an 18k, and I was going to do a 15k on the weekend. And then I just got ill. I didn't do any of them, and so I went into it. And my longest run of the year was a 12k, and it's the only time this year that I'd exceeded 10k. So
Right.
I was unbelievably unprepared for it. And even in the week going up to it, I'm like, I'm not running because I'm ill, but I'm also just not looking after myself at all.
Sure. Yeah.
Like,
It's hard to when you're ill.
yeah, I was just eating
Yeah.
like as if I've got not got a half marathon coming up. Put it that way. Um, yeah, even the day before, I was eating the food at work. It's like fried stuff that you feel in the morning. Um, and so my goal when I got to Battersea, first of all, I'm doing that thing, looking round. Is there
Yeah.
anyone
Who
else?
else here
Yeah,
could I be? Yeah.
you're not a runner, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
I was doing that today.
but I'm looking round. They all look like they'll leave me
Hmm.
in the dirt. So I stuck myself to the last pacer, and the pacer's giving us a team talk before we get going.
Like it.
Yeah,
Like it.
and I'm like, yeah, you just go on ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll catch you up.
Yeah,
Maybe.
but at the start of it, I started really quick, as you do. Really, you start events quick.
Yeah.
My aim was, if I keep every kilometer around 650, I'll probably make it to the end.
Hmm.
I started with a 6 minute,
Okay.
and
Okay.
then maybe about 5k in, I'm like, hang on, I'm still really quick here.
Mm.
I can beat my last half marathon, which I actually prepared for and got a really good time on. And I convinced myself in my head that I can beat that, which I couldn't have been more wrong. And um, yeah, it really hit me for the last maybe 8k of it, and
Yeah.
so there was a lot on my mind going through it. So I wasn't, mind-numbingly bored of going around the same thing 8 times.
See, that would have just done me.
Yeah,
Like I say, to do. I mean, today was the 18th 10k that I've done, and a lot of them are just courses where it's sort of one big course, if that makes sense.
mm,
Whereas I know you can get somewhere you get two lappers, three
yeah.
lappers.
I'm glad it was one big
Yeah,
course.
I really don't like that because not only have you got the physical battle of getting round, more than once, it's in your head because you do two. Let's say it's 4 laps, you do two,
Yeah,
and you're thinking, right, I've got to go round again. You've seen the same scenery. Whereas a course where it's just one big course, you're seeing things like new things for the first time. Like today, for example, I can't remember what kilometre it was. I went up there. There was a woman on stilts. They had,
oh yeah.
um, I can't think what it's
I
called
think that
now.
was about 6k.
Yeah, and then there was a box with the
Yeah, the
firework
pyrotechnic.
pyrotechnics come out, and then you go further down. You've got some sort of drums,
Mm.
not steel. You get run through have a bloke that does steel drums. So it wasn't that, but it was like these big. I don't even know what to call them. So you had that. You had,
Is
where
it the bongos you're on
the
about?
bongos. Yeah.
Is that what
Well,
they are?
yeah, but they were.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I
yeah.
know what you mean, like a marching band.
Yeah, and then you had a woman. I don't know if she was trying to be a Taylor
Yeah,
Swift
yeah, I think she
impersonator.
was. Yeah,
And again, they had a confetti shooting out.
yeah,
So I think it's better having that, but just the mental fortitude that you need to go round the same place eight
yeah.
times.
And you know what was the worst thing for that? I think it was tougher than Battersea. The Brewers 10k.
Mm.
Going around that once
Yeah.
killed me, and then I'm like, I've got to do it again.
Yeah, yeah. That
I
that
hated
was.
that.
I'm glad you reminded me about that because I think we were meant to record together.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
that's right. My
I
bad.
think it was I think it was the week after or the week leading up to. I think it would have been after, so we could have talked
Yeah,
about it.
yeah.
But just quickly, I've said it on here already, so people will know my thoughts. But just so they don't think I'm lying or moaning, how tough was that?
Oh my word, it's tougher than either of the two half marathons I've done. I'll be honest. Just the terrain, it was horrible. You've got to watch where you put your feet,
Yeah,
and the whole thing. It felt like the whole thing was uphill, and there was never any downhill, which obviously makes no sense.
no, of course.
But that's what it felt like.
Yeah, yeah, it was very tough. I certainly, I mean, Ben keeps sort of poking me to say because he's all for trail events at the
Yeah,
moment, and
he's mad.
he's booked a trail half marathon.
Oh
No, a
my
trail
word,
marathon, I
I
think.
couldn't do that.
And he's like nudging me as if to be like, "There's a 10k version." I'm like, "Absolutely
No,
not. No, thank
never
you."
again.
Um, but in terms of obviously, like I mentioned, you've been doing a lot of running recently, so how did you rate your performance today? Did you do as good as you expected? Did you not do as good? What were the vibes when you
I
crossed that line?
I wanted to set myself a goal of I just needed to be under an hour
Right.
because I knew I could do it, but I
Yeah.
haven't done a sub 1 hour 10k for a while.
And did you do it? I
Did
don't
it?
actually know. I didn't
I
ask you.
did
Oh,
it, yeah,
oh
comfortably.
okay.
Um, yeah, so my goal at the start was keep every lap around 5:45 and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
So naturally, I started with a 4:30.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Coming out the
um,
blocks too quick. I know that one.
yeah, I
Straight out
start,
the runner's
yeah.
handbook. Yeah. Yeah.
But then I'm like, okay, I do like a 5:10 as the second kilometer, and then I do a 3:50, which
What?
like I've never been close to that quick before.
That's ridiculous.
I don't know if
350.
it was Strava like playing tricks on me.
Well, you say that because you come in at 10.9 kilometres.
Yeah,
Strava
and
did.
you came in at 9.8 or whatever.
9.84.
Yeah,
I think because we went into two car parks,
yeah, I think it messed with the
GPS.
GPS a
Yeah.
bit, and I think that's why I like literally every measurement of a milestone you can have on Strava. I got it in gold today, and Well, I do think I've improved a lot. I don't think that's quite an accurate reflection.
Well, I mean, in terms of obviously we're talking about Strava. Was your official chip time under an hour?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
My official chip time was 57:02, which I would have snapped your hand off for that
And that's a
beforehand.
10k PB, yeah.
Not quite.
Oh, okay.
10k event PB,
Right, but when you go,
definitely.
because you do go out in the week sometimes,
Yeah,
don't you?
yeah.
Tell us a bit, where do you run? You've done like a couple of 15Ks.
Yeah, yeah. So the joy of living in London is you can go out and see some really interesting places. So I basically, when I want to do a longer run,
Hmm.
I just pick a place in London, usually a tube station, so I can get back, obviously, and I just run to it. And yeah, I normally pick around something 15k away, but you see some interesting places. I've ran down to Battersea, down to Fulham, um, down to Portobello. Where did I go the other day that was 15k? I ran to Green Park. I've proper got the bug at the moment
Yeah,
because I've been waking up some days at 5 a.m.
bloody
To
hell.
try and get a 15k in before work, and it just I'm enjoying it a lot at the moment. I've fully got the bug.
Yeah, no, well, that's good. I mean, I'd probably say the same, to be honest. It's not very often I'll come on here and talk about how well I think I'm doing, but I think I do need to give myself a little pat on the back, to be honest,
Mm.
because you know I've been doing. I wouldn't even say I've been doing a lot of running. I'm averaging about 3 a week at the moment, but I mean I've not been dieting along with it. I mean he says that with a pint of beer and whatnot, but um, I don't know what it is. Something inside has just clicked,
Mm.
and it sort of it makes me feel that little bit better. I had park run yesterday as a little shakeout, and I went back to my home park run where I actually got my PB, park run PB of 39:15 in 2023. And I was approaching the last corner, and the woman said to me, bearing in mind I hadn't checked my watch the whole time, the woman said to me, 37 minutes, can you make it sub 40? And I was like, why did you say that? And something similar happened today, actually. I think it was, funnily enough, I was talking about them bongo drums. When we were coming round there and you sort of loop back round, um, this woman was on the other side because there was often times where runners going that way would pass the runners going that way. And she said to the person she was running with, and again, I wasn't checking my watch or anything because I felt relatively good. So I thought, I wonder if I've, got anywhere close to. I wouldn't get any close to the PB because the PB I set for the 10k was in lockdown when I was a lot fitter. So I wasn't expecting that, but I thought if I can at least push further away from 130, I'll be happy.
Mm.
And she was running and within earshot, and she said to her friend, 67 minutes. And I thought, oh, why have I heard that? And then I thought, an hour and seven. I was like, I've still got just over a kilometre left to do because I still had to go through the car park
Mm.
where we started the event. So I was like, I don't know. I thought maybe, and this is why I don't check my watch because I'll just put more pressure on myself. But I come round and I thought, I don't know if 130 is going to be doable. So to cross the line and see, I think it was 127:34. So that's the second fastest this year. I'll absolutely take that.
Yeah, good
So
stuff.
yeah, absolutely. In terms of going forward for yourself, you are doing. You're not wasting any time because you're doing a half marathon. Is it next Sunday?
No, one after.
A week on Sunday.
Yeah,
Where's that?
Wimbledon Park.
Is that
It's
run through?
run through.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And how are you feeling for that? Are you gonna aim for a PB in that?
I am aiming for a PB because when I did the Battersea one, I was miles off when I did my first half marathon,
Right.
which was Reading. I
Yes.
got a 2:15 for that,
Right.
and
Okay.
I've been intensely working my way up since Battersea.
What did you? So you got 2:15 in your first one at
Yeah,
Reading. What did you get at Battersea?
2:26, I think,
Okay, and
which I
then
was still happy with.
do you have a target in mind? Are you looking for sub two? in Wimbledon?
I would like sub 2 one day.
Right.
I don't think it's going to be at Wimbledon. I don't think it's going to be for the foreseeable future, to be honest.
Sure,
But
sure.
um, de-
Anything less than
definitely,
Battersea, you'll
yeah,
take.
definitely less than Battersea. I want to try and get close to where I was at Reading.
Right, yeah, okay. And do you
And
know much about the course or
no, I haven't
no?
looked at it yet. I haven't even booked it yet, but
No.
I am definitely doing it.
And any others on in your mind for the rest of the year? Because
Yeah,
we've still
well,
got what, September, October, November, December.
yeah. I mean, in an ideal world, I'll do one a month, but I'm conscious that they're very expensive,
Yes.
and doing a half marathon, it sort of takes away from your general running as well, because you don't tend to run as much in the week leading up to it.
Mm,
So yeah, I might maybe skip a few months, but we're gonna do Lincoln, aren't we?
we are. That is. I want.
October 5th.
It is, but I want to say that might even be my next event
Oh,
because
really?
I.
Leaving it that long?
Yeah, well, like yourself, I like to make sure that I've got one a month. But as you say, it's costly. I've just bought a
Yeah.
house, so money's not flowing as freely now
No.
that I've got a house. But um, I don't have one in for September, so I've got to make sure that I still keep the average up of 3 a week. Because if I don't, then I'll just slip out of routine, and I'll almost, considering how well I've been doing recently, I'll almost go back to square one, which I do not want to do.
Yeah.
October. So yeah, I actually think my next official event is the half marathon, 5th of October in Lincoln, and then the 19th of October, whatever the Sunday is of that week,
Oh, you've got
I've got Napton 10k,
yeah.
which I cannot wait for. I'm absolutely
I
buzzing.
wish I could join.
Honestly, there's 7 or 8 of us, and we're absolutely like. If anyone's watching this and you fancy doing it, it has got a CV postcode. It's a bit weird. So CV postcode. It's in Warwickshire, but it's sort of near Northamptonshire. So yeah, check it
They
out.
need to be made aware of this podcast.
They do, yeah. I mean, the
You're
promo
doing
video
all of the
5
marketing.
times as well, by the way. So anyone from Napton watching, yeah, hit me up with well, I say hit me up with a free entry. I've paid now, but
Yeah.
it's only
Next year.
it's only 15 quid to be fair. Very reasonably priced. I think the medal's made out of wood though, so that's probably why. But it is a good little run. So yeah, we're doing that, and then Gainsborough in November. Gonna look at doing the Lincoln Santa run, which I
Yeah,
think I've
I
tried to
wanna
talk you into that.
I wanna get
I
on
think
that.
we were looking at maybe doing going to Wrexham on the Saturday and then doing the Lincoln for the football, by the way,
Mm,
and then doing the Lincoln Santa run on the Sunday. So, yeah, busy, busy, busy. But
yeah.
September's a big month for me. I've just got to make sure I keep my hand into running because otherwise it could be game over. Um, but yeah, I think that pretty much sums everything up. To be honest, so thank you for coming on.
All right.
It's been a pleasure, and thank you for watching. Make sure you hit the like button and the subscribe button, and we'll see you on the other side. Keep chasing that finish.